I've moved down to the airport road, and this is Belfast Wow Centre, reclaimed wetland, and at this time of year the terns are all in. There's terns here somewhere. There's one sitting there. Is that a tern? It is. Lovely wee bird. Migratory bird, of course. And there's quite a number of other ones sitting about the place. I'm not too sure of the different tern names. I wouldn't be able to identify them, I'm afraid. Which is very poor of me, being a bird watcher. This is a great bird sanctuary. And this is the MSC Preciosa sitting at harbour. She's supposed to go out at 6 o'clock, but who knows? The chaplain changed these times, but most of them do head out when they say. Some of them arrive at totally different times than they say. They usually arrive early and you miss them. But Belfast Harbour has, done so well out of cruise ships coming. And that's what I'm going to talk about as I look over these pondages, which are, incidentally, they're only about 2 foot deep. So the first cruise ship, really, there was the odd cruise ship that came in, very odd, before the 90s, but they were very thin on the ground. But the cruise ships started to build up from the 1990s, and since they started to come in, we've had 1,100 cruise ships of all shapes and sizes coming into Belfast. And of course this has been helped so much by the designated cruise ship terminal, which the MSC Preciosa is actually sitting at, and that was built a few years back, and it's a real boon to the cruise ship people. Facilities at it, and ease of access for these mega vessels, and it means that they can get away quick as well. There's a deep water channel, runs right along Belfast Lock, and there's so much space for cruise ships and for other cargo vessels. Belfast has so much space. Other ports don't, so Belfast can attract so many of these cruise ships and other cargo vessels. This year, it's believed that the cruise ships will come from 20 different countries. As I say, they started coming in about 30 years ago, and numbers have been building ever since. 165 cruise ships will come in, are penciled in as coming into Belfast this season, and that is something like a 15% increase. The other day, when the Norwegian Dawn, which is a sizable ship in itself, the other day when the Norwegian Dawn came in, the 2 millionth cruise ship visitor was lauded and feted. She was a lady pointed out, and she was given a special goodie pack to commemorate being the 2 millionth cruise ship visitor. She came in from Pensacola in Florida. We have a lot of American visitors, but they come from all over Europe and further beyond. And this year it is estimated that 21 million will 21 million plus will be reaped from cruise ships coming into Belfast. All the business and all the port fees and all sorts of add-ons and buying and selling in buying in shops, local shops and tours. A lot of these cruise ships deposit people off, and they immediately jump into tour buses and they go to their destination. Giant's Causeway, Game of Thrones sites dotted all around the place, and then another set of buses heads into Belfast city centre. Game of Thrones was the major cruise ship game changer. It has been such a boon to the city. Absolutely amazing, because prior to that, people abroad thought that Belfast was a no-no area, and they just didn't come. They didn't realise the wonderful scenery we have, and they didn't realise that any kind of visitor is welcome. Excuse me. Any kind of visitor. We only fight amongst ourselves. we don't fight with visitors or give them a hard time, generally speaking. And they're very, very safe. But Game of Thrones was the mega game changer. People wanted to come and see the places where it was filmed, because they're beautiful and they're scenic and all the rest of it. So there'll be 61 different ships coming in this year as well. And new to Belfast is going to be the Disney Dream and the Norwegian Prime, I think it is, and the MSC Preziosa, which is sitting in front of me today, but should be heading out any time. Now, if you want to see cruise ships arriving and departing, well, this is the place to be. Airport Road, down by the Y Centre, and then if you want to see them further out, going down Belfast Lock, you move yourself down to the big car park on Airport Road, and you get a grandstand view here. But there's so many cruise ships coming in now that, in the early years, there'd be tens of people down watching and cheering and stuff like that. Now, unless it's a Disney cruise ship, or unless it's one of the top 20 biggest cruise ships in the world, then nobody bats an eyelid. It's hardly noticed. Boats slip in and slip out all the time. We do notice around our streets the accents and the way that people dress and all the rest of it. And generally speaking, people get a very, very good welcome. And Belfast is acknowledged as being one of the top cruise ship destinations in the UK. It's remarkable. I think that Belfast in the top 5, or maybe even top 3, which is unbelievable after what we have gone through here. But this is the Belfast Y Centre, and I'm going to get into position now, because this ship should be heading on very shortly. it'll not move too fast. Some of the smaller cruise ships can really move so quickly, and if you're not in position, you could arrive too late. But there you go. The success of Belfast Harbour in attracting cruise ships. Now, if you don't know about the Wow Centre, get yourself down here too, and if you're interested in wildlife, this is a fabulous, fabulous spot. And in winter, you get all the winter migrants coming in here, the winter ducks and geese. Okay, talk soon. Have to go and video a ship whenever it decides to leave here. I see smoke actually coming out of a smokestack here, funnel. So it must be gearing up. Having said that, this is one of the most environmentally friendly boats on the water. And I'll explain that in a video that I'm going to take of this boat leaving.